For light.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, today I'd like to bring to the House's attention of what I believe is probably one of the most important issues in my electorate. And I'm saddened that I have to actually talk about these sort of issues because I think what I'm about to talk about is a blight on any civil society. And of course, I'm talking about homelessness. Mr. Speaker, it is an increasing number of people who approach my electorate offices and other services in Gawler and the Barossa to seek support for housing. The number of rough sleepers in my community has increased immensely. 10 years ago, you would hardly see, even though there were people rough sleeping, they weren't huge numbers. Today, they're much more visible, and certainly the number has increased. The problem with rough sleeping, of course, Mr. Speaker, is quite obvious. They're around health and safety issues, the health of the people who unfortunately sleep in our streets or our park benches or our rivers or the back of stores, etc. Their health is impacted upon having to sleep out in the open all the time, particularly in poor weather conditions. Their safety, often they're actually on the receiving end of violence. Quite sadly, they are often seen on the receiving end of violence. And that it is just sad to see people in that circumstance. Our local churches try to do the best they can in supporting these individuals. They do provide, for example, opportunities for showers and washing clothes, etc. The number of people who actually have mental health issues, again, in our streets and, is high, and that it is certainly an indictment of the way we live in this society that people like that have to live like that. Mr. Speaker, we also get an increasing number of people who say, look, I'm rough sleeping, where can I get a shower, where can I get some food, etc. And as I said earlier, our churches are doing their best, but certainly there's not the resources to support these people to the standard required. In addition to rough sleeping, which is, if you like, the worst end of homelessness, we also have people who are couch surfing, and I understand that's quite common amongst young people, an increasing problem amongst young people, where for a whole range of reasons, including family breakdowns, a whole range of reasons why they might be doing that. And it is particularly worrying when young people are perhaps in their senior years of education trying to do the best they can in maintaining their schooling and also prepare for examinations end of the year, and when they're moving from house to house on friends' couches. Not a good environment. We also have reports of people sleeping in cars in the community. Again, particularly people who are sleeping in cars with young children because they have actually been evicted from their housing, and that's an issue which I'd like to mention in a second. Mr. Speaker, that at the moment, with the price of properties skyrocketing, a number of landlords are using this opportunity to actually sell. It is certainly a seller's market, and the number of people selling to their properties is increasing, and often that comes without any tenants, and often tenants are evicted from these properties to make them easier to sell. And so we have an increasing number of people who just cannot afford private accommodation. Not only been evicted, but private rents has gone up as well, because the cost of housing has gone up. Private rents has gone up as well, and it's a particular problem in the Barossa. Foundation Barossa have told us about the increasing number of youth people either sleeping rough or couch surfing. Mr. Speaker, that the other issue around housing we get an increasing number of complaints about is the maintenance of housing SA properties. We get an increasing number of complaints about housing maintenance just not being done or being delayed. We had a lady in our office just the other day who complained about not having any hot water for over a week. Now, I didn't have hot water for a day, and that was hard to cope with. Not having hot water in the house for over a week is very difficult in these conditions. And she also had children. And, Mr. Speaker, and what's been the government's response to our housing crisis? Well, in Gawler, they closed their Housing SA office. So I suppose if you don't talk to people and hear about it, it's not existing. So they closed the Housing SA office, Mr. Speaker, to make it even harder for the most vulnerable people in our community to actually get access to services and support. One thing I'd like to say, Mr. Speaker, in closing, I'd like to thank Anglicare SA Homelessness Services, who are doing a wonderful job as much as they can to support people in our community. Mr Speaker, homelessness not only is about not having a place to sleep, but also if you're trying to get a job, you don't have a place to get washed, get ready for work. Mr Speaker, it's a major poverty issue we need to address.
Order. The member for Light's time has expired. The Minister